Hello. I'll just kind of talk to the audience, you know. Okay, I'll count down from 10. Let me just make sure we don't have anything crazy going on here. Okay. We'll go in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Hi everyone, meteorologist Chester Lampkin. Thank you for joining us on this live stream as we talk about some thunderstorms moving across Metro Washington here. Time check about 6:49, and you can see radars, it's busy, but this is not widespread. Everybody's going to get rain. Some of us will just get some threatening skies or a couple sprinkles. In some areas, getting a decent downpour right now, parts of Prince George's and Anne Arundel counties. And then there's a nice little cell here, and I do mean nice, not in a good way. Just exiting the Haymarket area, getting into parts of Loudoun County. So let's come in a little closer here. And we've got light to moderate downpours here in the Bowie area, back towards Lanham and areas north and east of D.C. Even had a couple of strikes of lightning there up towards the Goddard area. And you can see this is moving outside the Beltway right now. But there are downpours there here along 495. Also a few downpours south and west of Clinton, south and west of Route 5 there, and well west of 301. Nothing in Upper Marlboro just yet. And we just had some downpours get through the District Heights area and parts of northeast and southeast D.C. That is starting to slide away, and we're currently dry D.C. in Arlington and most of Alexandria, though there are some showers south of the town of Alexandria down towards the Mount Vernon area. And then downpours are also moving through. Just got through Manassas here, Manassas Park. It's moving into Fairfax County now, so those in the city of Fairfax and areas south and west of town, south of 66 here, east of Gainesville, got some downpours in your area. Also, this storm cell here, right along Route 50 here, not far from the Loudoun County Parkway here and north and east of Haymarket, so west of Chantilly here. Downpours just about to get over to Dulles there, so expect some decent rain out of this thunderstorm that is not producing any severe weather, but 40-mile-per-hour wind gusts and perhaps some dangerous lightning. Also, downpour just moved through Leesburg and is getting into upper parts of the Montgomery County area. This storm just popped up here near Germantown, so if you live in Germantown area, Gaithersburg, you're probably going to get a downpour here next 10-20 minutes. Damascus, some rain as well, and Tuscarora, and getting in towards Frederick, some showers moving up into that area as well. Our futurecast keeps these pop-up storms going through the 8 o'clock hour, and then by the time we get to about 9 o'clock, they start sliding out of here. I think they're pretty much done by 8:30 in Metro Washington and most of our part of the DMV. There may be some lingering showers, it looks like, up into the Frederick area, up towards Hagerstown as well, maybe even into Martinsburg and Charlestown over into West Virginia. Certainly 10 o'clock, we're pretty much done. A lingering shower over southern Maryland, and then we scoot this out of here and we'll just see a partly cloudy and dry night across the region. This is the view right now at National Airport, squeezing out a little sunshine after a little shower passed nearby. You can see the dark clouds there if you look across the Potomac a little bit farther to the south and southeast of D.C., closer to the National Harbor area. And look at that, a little plane making its way onto the runway. Pretty quiet now here at National, and again, D.C., Alexandria, Arlington look pretty quiet at the moment, but next hour or two, we could still get a couple stronger thunderstorms, and again, the main threats will be wind, hail damage, and lightning. There could be some dangerous lightning. Lightning, of course, always dangerous, but cloud-to-ground lightning is what we're most concerned about. That's the kind of stuff that could, you know, light a house on fire, break some branches, bring down a tree, and, you know, God forbid, if it strikes anybody, could cause some issues as well. So again, if you live in D.C., it's probably a good idea to take those outdoor activities indoors over the next few minutes. I'm checking in with the National Weather Service, seeing what they're saying. Looks like there is a stronger thunderstorm right now right over central Prince George's County, so maybe I can move into that one. It's got gusts 40 to 50 miles per hour, and it looks like some pea-sized hail is possible with that storm cell there. That's the one that is over in the Bowie area I was just talking about, I believe. Actually, I stand corrected there. It looks like it's this cell here moving in towards Friendly and just south and east of the National Harbor, so between Fort Washington and you know, the southwest, or rather southeast part of D.C. here, just outside of Oxon Hill. You got a decent downpour here, so I'm going to move the radar right on top of this so you can kind of see, get a closer look here on this storm cell. Look at that cell. That is quite the downpour, and again, 40 to 50 mile per hour wind gusts with this storm here. This is Prince George's County. To get your bearings, there's 210 right there. Fort Washington at the bottom left corner of your screen. Temple Hill Road here, Maryland 223 up into the Clinton area and over towards Andrews Base. That downpour is moving your way, so if you live anywhere in this area, this is outside the Beltway, but not including National Harbor, but if you live east or southeast of there, this downpour, this storm cell is moving through your area right now. That is a pretty strong storm, I should say. Looks like the ones here to the west of town, west of Chantilly, maybe weakening some, and a little downpour there in the Manassas area. And then, of course, we're watching the stuff here across Montgomery County, which continues to move through. This cluster of thunder showers are just that. There may be wind gusts 30, 40 miles per hour, certainly not severe level, but we are getting some lightning in and around the Poolsville area. Let's see if we can move in a little bit closer to this storm cell here. Maybe we could time out this cell for you so you could see what's going to happen with this thunderstorm as it moves through the area. And it's moving to the northeast. All these storms are moving to the northeast rather slowly. I'd say on the order of around 15 to 20 miles per hour. So these speeds probably a little too fast here. So let me update the speeds again. And I'll delete that map there. There we go. Let's get that off your screen and try it again. And I want to give you some better, somewhat more accurate times here. But again, Damascus getting some rain right now. We're tracking the cell here through upper Montgomery County, and it's going to get into the Clarksburg area. It's almost on top of Barnesville now, getting up towards Clarksburg, the I-270 corridor there. Within the next few minutes here, Clarksburg by 717. So certainly going to be some downpours here, probably a little sooner than that. And then Damascus, you'll get hit by another batch of rain here too, moving into your area. And then I'm going to move a little further south to show you this part of the cell here that's moving into the Gaithersburg area. I'm going to get this off your screen here and put this cell here getting in towards Gaithersburg and Laytonsville. And as you can see, it is moving in now. So Gaithersburg in the next 5 minutes, downpours, take the outdoor activities indoors. Even if you live in the upper area of Rockville, I would definitely take the outdoor activities inside as well. And this is, we're starting to get a little train here of multiple storms. They're kind of traveling in the same area here over to Mount Vernon and not far from the Friendly area. So let's put a track on this strong cell, I should say, as it moves to the north and east here. And hopefully we can get a good track on that and show you what's going to happen with the storm cell as it moves across the Friendly area. And again, this is mainly outside of the Beltway, though you can see the Beltway. I'm going to show you this on the screen here. So there's the Beltway right about here. This section of the Beltway between the Maryland Route 5 Old Branch Avenue exit and up towards, I'd say, US 50, the 50 exit that goes through Prince George's County and heads over to Anne Arundel County. I would say if you live in those areas, out towards Largo, Town Center, places like that, of course, in around Clinton, Joint Base Andrews, I would go inside now, just because there's been lightning with this. There's probably some small hail and some gusty winds. As you can see, Clinton, it's right on top of Clinton right now as it tracks north and east, and it's getting in towards Joint Base Andrews here in the next 7 or 8 minutes, and looks like Melwood and Phelps and Ritchie over the next 15 to 20 minutes or so. You can see that on the map as it moves to the northeast. Again, this cell here moving to the northeast, probably about 15 miles per hour, but we've got 30, 40 mile per hour wind gusts with this. And then there's another storm cell, it looks like, developing right behind it here. On the wide view, you can see there's Clinton and there's Joint Base Andrews right there, okay? That's the Beltway right there. And then there's the 50 exit right over here. You see that? So if you live anywhere in this zone, again, out towards Largo Town Center and those areas, and out towards Clinton, Upper Marlboro, I would say go ahead and take your outdoor activities inside. And then Bowie, you already have rain. You already know it's raining. Well, you've got more right behind it with this cell coming in from the south and west. DC's quiet. So is Arlington, Alexandria, a couple cells south of town over towards Mount Vernon. And then we've got this cell here in around Fairfax that I may put a track on that just for you guys there here in a moment. But again, Prince George's County seems to have some of the worst of it right now. None of this is severe. But again, 40, 50 mile per hour wind gusts are possible with these storms as they move through the area. All right, let's go over to some of the cells here over towards Fairfax. And want to get a little bit closer, and you can see Fairfax right there. So Oakton, Fairfax area. If you live near George Mason University, this is the area that you're going to want to watch for this downpour activity moving in. Not a lot of lightning with this, but you certainly will get a chance to hear a little thunder, and there could be some small hail with this storm as it moves through the area. So again, this is US 29 right here. Cuts right through this city of Fairfax. There's the downtown area of Fairfax right here, and then there's the freeway exchange, the highway exchange with Interstate 66, you know, all that construction going on out in this area here. But 66 here, if you live in that Oakton area, Fairfax, in the Fairfax section of Fairfax County, so even if you don't live in the city of Fairfax, over towards the Old Lee Highway and Merrifield and over towards Doveville. If you live in these areas here, I would go ahead and just take your outdoor activities indoors just because we're going to be tracking that rain there. Again, that cell here over in Prince George's County, we continue to watch it for you, getting in towards Joint Base Andrews and right along that southeastern section of the Beltway here from near Temple Hill Road and Maryland 210 all the way up to Suitland Parkway and up into the US 50 area. If you live in those areas, this is a strong cell moving through right now. And then we've got this cell here moving right on top of Dulles. Dulles probably going to register a little rain in the bucket here, and I wouldn't be surprised with the lightning right on top of Dulles. There's probably a ground stop right now. I don't know for sure, but I would imagine that would be a ground stop situation. Sterling, if you live in the Sterling section of Loudoun County, up in Reston, Dulles Town Center, and even Chantilly, I'd go ahead and take these outdoor activities indoors because lightning, even though it may not be right on top of you in Chantilly, lightning can reach a couple miles out of a storm and strike an area. So dangerous situation, even if it's not raining much in Chantilly. And then that storm's really starting to get some strength to it, a little bit of vigor, if you will. Check this out, lightning strike in and around the city of Fairfax right now. So right on top of Fairfax, this storm is starting to really pop up, reach up into the upper part of the atmosphere, grab a little bit of that instability. That's the problem with these storms. They just haven't been able to get really unstable, if you will. And that's why the severe threat hasn't been much so far this evening, which I think a lot of people are okay with. So we're starting to see a little bit of that activity get a little bit stronger now here across our region. Let me see if I can move in a little bit closer, put a track on this storm cell as it moves across Fairfax County to give you guys an idea of what's going to happen with this situation as it moves north and east here right on through Fairfax County. And I'm putting a track, I'm going to put it pretty much going right over that area where the orange line ends, right there along Interstate 66, right before you get into the Fairfax area and the Vienna area, Oakton area. So that's where that cell is headed as we track that. 40 to 50 mile per hour wind gusts. This storm is moving northeast at around 25 miles per hour. And so that puts it over the city of Fairfax now, and then Oakton in the next couple of minutes. Vienna, if you live in Vienna, Merrifield, and those areas, that very populated area along Interstate 66, the Old Lee Highway, and over to the western section of the Beltway there. You'll want to get into your shelter right now, or at least get inside. Not a severe situation, but 40, 50 mile per hour wind gusts. You may get some a flicker of the power. It's something we're going to keep an eye on here. So far, no severe thunderstorm warnings for Metro Washington, so that has been fantastic news this evening here. Chester Lampkin checking in at 7 o'clock. We appreciate you joining us for this live stream. We are streaming live on our app and, of course, on the USA 9 Facebook page, too. I am logging onto the page right now to see if anyone has any questions. So give me a minute here as we go through that. I will say this, excuse me, this live stream will go for a few more minutes here just to kind of keep an eye on some of these storms that are coming through now. The Metro Washington area, none of this is severe. So that's good. All right. And let's see here. So you're looking at a severe, or rather a strong thunderstorm right over Fairfax. Probably a lot of lightning with this, and likely, some small hail as well with this storm cell as it moves through the area. So we're keeping an eye on that. Let's see what kind of comments we got. People are asking about Winchester. Martinsburg, yes or no? We're not worried about you guys right now. I'll take it out to the wide view so you can kind of see what's happening. Areas west of town, it's pretty quiet. There is Hagerstown, Hancock, Berkeley Springs area, Cumberland. You had some storms earlier, a couple showers in around Winchester, Strasburg, Front Royal, but really outside of that, it's pretty quiet. So all the action is in Metro Washington and down through southern Frederick County and parts of Montgomery County as well. That's why we're focusing in on this. So again, if you live in an area that's not Metro Washington or southern Maryland, you don't have to worry, okay? Someone asked, what state is that? What state? We cover the Washington, D.C. area, so if you ended up on this Facebook Live, you are watching a feed of Washington, D.C., okay? And that's the last time we'll cover that one. So again, if you are watching us live right now, we are watching a couple storm cells move through Metro Washington. The heaviest activity is right now over Fairfax County, getting into Montgomery County, and then there are a couple stronger cells over moving into central parts of Prince George's County. There's a strong storm cell, my apologies here, strong storm cell right over Joint Base Andrews as we speak. And I'm going to move this track up just so you guys get a better idea of what's going to happen with this storm. So again, it's going to clip that very far eastern portion of District Heights, and it looks like it's going to get over to some of the schools in those areas too. Looks like Dr. Henry A. Wise Junior High School and Prince George's Community College, one of the campuses there, and getting in towards Ritchie and Kettering. So again, that Route 4 corridor and up to Suitland Parkway as well. Those areas, if you live in those areas around the Beltway or just east of it over towards Route 301, towards, let's say, Upper Marlboro, not quite up to Upper Marlboro, but pretty close, and then in around Rosaryville. Downpours are with you guys right now, and some of the heaviest activity is right on top of Camp Springs and Andrews Base. Pretty good flash of lightning, just a couple flashes of lightning in and around this, this storm cell here, right on top of Camp Springs, over towards Temple Hill Road, Allentown Road, and it looks like towards Forestville Road as well. So this is all moving off to the northeast. 40, 50 mile per hour wind gusts with this storm as it moves through this part of Prince George's County. And then we've been tracking these cells here, getting in towards the city of Fairfax now. A weaker cell right over Dulles Airport. This is Dulles right here, so the airport's right there. Dulles Town Center right about here. Reston, Herndon area down through Chantilly, some lighter showers there. But just south of you guys, 66, getting hammered with a decent downpour right now at the exit to the city of Fairfax. And then over to Montgomery County, starting to get some more development here, some stronger cells in around Germantown, Clarksburg to Gaithersburg, that corridor along 270. Downpours just went through Damascus, still a little rain up there as that slides off towards Mount Airy. And then Urbana there in southern Frederick County, some downpours. And it looks like I'm going to have to extend this map to the north and west. Give me a moment here. It looks like we're starting to get rain a little closer to the city of Frederick. So let me get a little farther to the north and west. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to move this map in a little bit closer here so we can see a little bit better of that Germantown, Gaithersburg corridor. And then I'm going to move this map up so you can see up towards the city of Frederick here. And yeah, there you are. I'm going to make sure I put Mount Airy on the map too so we can see you guys. And that is a pretty good size cluster of thunderstorms that have popped up pretty much in the last 10, 20 minutes or so. Again, 40 mile per hour, maybe 50 mile per hour wind gusts possible with these cells as they move north and east through upper Montgomery County and Frederick County. So city of Frederick, downpours now, maybe a little thunder as well, 40, 50 mile per hour wind gusts. This cell's stronger here in around Urbana along that 270 corridor here between Frederick and Clarksburg. It's just downpours all the way up on 270 basically from Interstate 70 till you get to the Beltway for the most part. And then this upper part of Montgomery County here, the Browningsville area, and then getting in to the north and west towards Mount Airy, we're getting some decent rain moving in your direction. So if you live here in Bartonsville, east of Frederick, along Interstate 70, some downpours headed your way. Lightning always dangerous, so be careful out there. Take the outdoor activities indoor. Now, if you're watching this, you're probably inside, but maybe you know someone, maybe the kids are outside playing, or you have neighbors, you see them outside. Tell them, hey, by the way, a thunderstorm, pretty nasty storm about to move in, squally showers and thunderstorms across the area. And our Futurecast keeps these storms around for another hour, hour and a half or so, and then this little ripple of energy starts sliding away. This is 8 o'clock here. You can see still some lingering showers down through Calvert, St. Mary's County, up into the Baltimore area. It does seem to want to flare up stuff up towards Hagerstown and Winchester and over to Martinsburg. I'm a little kind of on that. I'm not so sure this is going to happen, but certainly going to be some cells moving over towards Frederick and Westminster, and then again up to the Baltimore area. And then once you get to about 9 o'clock or so, things are quieting down. Maybe some lingering showers. None of it will be severe at this point. We haven't had any severe weather just yet, but hefty storms, but nothing that meets the severe criteria, which is 60 mile per hour wind gusts or quarter-inch hail. We've had neither of those so far with these cells. And by 9, 10 o'clock, that threat is gone. In fact, I think for Metro Washington, I'd say about 8:30, the threat's gone. So maybe you want to get back on the patio this evening. You can do that. It'll be dark by 8:30, but you certainly can get out there or back into the porch. And then tomorrow, we'll start off with dry skies, but more showers are forecast heading into tomorrow afternoon. So nothing severe, but more showers on the way. Good for the lawns, not great for outdoor plans tomorrow afternoon. Okay, I unfortunately cannot see. I can see the comments, but I am forgetting how. Oh, I see. Oh, here we go. Good night. God bless. YouTube. Bowie. Yep. Yeah, it's coming your way. Annapolis. Prepare. I'd say another hour or so. Dumfries. Yeah, you got some rain in the area. You may get a few more. And, oh, hell no. That's a good one. Alexandria near the old Landmark Mall. Yeah, I think there's going to be a little bit more headed your way. And I'm looking through some of the comments here. Some of them are several minutes old. So let's see here. We'll just go for a couple more minutes, and then, I'll kind of review the radar here one more time before we kind of wrap things up here as people are maybe hopping on and off the live stream. But here's the wide view of the thunderstorms. Notice this area to the west of town. I want to show you this area is completely devoid of weather right now as far as severe thunderstorms. The cold front is starting to move through the area, and so that is going to shut down the rain across the region. This is the Metro Washington radar, and someone asked about Dumfries earlier. There you guys are. You see there's another cell that's popped up south and west of Dumfries and Dale City and Lorton. So I'd say you're not done and out of the woods just yet. But here is the wide view, and you can see a couple cells have made their way up towards Annapolis and over to the just out of the Bowie area, but more is on the way for Bowie, I'd say. Watch this cell if you live in Bowie. That one here over towards Camp Springs, over the Andrews Base area, that's headed north and east. These cells are missing Annapolis to the north and west, but you guys may still get a few showers here in Anne Arundel County. And then now downpours pretty much from the Shady Grove area in Rockville all the way up to Frederick along 270. And then a decent cell here getting into Fairfax. Again, none of this has been severe, but 40 to 50 mile per hour wind gusts certainly possible with some of this activity. And here's the cell that I was talking about. Camp Springs, another 5 minutes, and then the downpours will come to an end, though you may get another shower later. Same story with Andrews Base. And then if you live north and east of town, looks like, let's move that track up a little bit more so you can kind of see what's happening with these storms as they move north and east through I'll put you guys at the bottom of the map here, Camp Springs. So there you guys are. And let's delete this map here and get you going with a new storm track. So if you live near FedEx Field up towards Upper Marlboro, and if you live in any of these areas, including Bowie, you guys probably will get another good round of strong thunderstorm moving into your area here. So there's the plot that I've put on there for you so you get an idea of what's happening. Again, this is not a severe thunderstorm. We're just tracking some really springtime hefty thunderstorms. Small hail, not damaging hail, small hail, 40, 50 mile per hour wind gusts. We're under a yellow weather alert. This is all going to last, I'd say, until about 8:30. And then things will start to quiet down. We'll have some lingering showers for maybe another hour or two after that through 10:30 maybe, but nothing severe. And so far, these storms have not been able to take advantage of some of the instability upstairs in the atmosphere. So people think of the atmosphere as just like what happens here at the ground. But for us to get severe weather, you often have to tap into some energy that's upstairs as well. Unstable air that has been lifted up by heating of the day or forced up by a cold front. In this case, we have both. We had a warm day near 80, and we had a cold front that is moving through the area. So those have both lifted some moisture-laden air, moisture in the air, lifted it up. When you have lift, moist air, and what we call instability, that energy, the air is unstable. It's in a state of flux. This is what can lead to strong to severe thunderstorms. We have not put all those ingredients together just yet, but enough for us to pop some storms, and that's why we're tracking them for you here this evening on this live stream here at 7:14. Again, meteorologist Chester Lampkin, thanks for joining us if you're on the live stream here. So one last time on the radar here, Upper Marlboro. You guys are going to get hit here in the next 5-10 minutes or so. Bowie, you see your time index here on this is about 7:34, so I'd say about 7:20 25, 7:30, get ready. The downpours will start to move into Bowie, and Bowie's kind of, it's kind of a big town. So it stretches kind of northwest and then down southeast along 301. This is 301, by the way, Crane Highway. So it gives you an idea of where we are. And then this is Route 50, okay? So this is Route 50 going towards the Beltway. In fact, the Beltway interchange right there, and then that takes you into D.C. So that gives you an idea of where we are. Here's 495. So there's FedEx Field. The Lorton area would be included in where the storm is moving into, Woodmore as well. And then we go to Fairfax County. I want to show you that cell there. That cell that moved into the city of Fairfax, starting to die out a little bit, but south and west of that, another cell has popped up just a bit. So it's looking pretty strong there on this one. So let's put a track on that cell there that looks like it's going to move right back over the city of Fairfax. And I'd say if you live in these areas, the city of Fairfax, of course, Oakton, Vienna, where it's raining right now, Oakton and into Vienna and over towards Tyson's Corner. Also, Merrifield, we've talked about you guys. Looks like it's missing Burke to the north and west. But if you live in the city of Fairfax, get ready for another round of downpours. Same with Oakton. After this round ends, another round comes in behind it. Vienna, same story. And then getting in towards the Beltway and perhaps making it all the way to Arlington, those areas there, and maybe up to Falls Church as well. That's a maybe. That's not a guarantee at this point. And then this cell here, boy, it's moving off to the north and east here at about 20, 25 miles per hour. So let's put a track on this storm cell, which is now developing north and east. And, it's developing out ahead of the parent thunderstorm. That's pretty impressive there. So I'm going to move the map to just include upper Montgomery County here. And again, if you live right now, you've got the downpours, you got rain. Hopefully you didn't get caught in it. If you know someone outside, get them inside right now just because there is lightning with it. You see that flash right there? So there's been lightning with this along that 270 corridor. Lightning, always dangerous. When you hear thunder, you need to get indoors. It's kind of cheesy, but the thunder roars, get indoors thing is a good rule of thumb. Get inside just because if you can hear thunder, that means you can get struck by lightning. Downpours and lightning. Clarksburg, Germantown, Gaithersburg right now, up towards Laytonsville, or about to be in Laytonsville, and Damascus getting another round here in the next couple of minutes, and then north and east from there up towards I-70 up in Howard County. All right, and then we go to this section here. You see there's a couple thunderstorms near Urbana and into the New Market area and getting up towards Mount Airy, and this stretches west all the way to the city of Frederick. And then I believe Thornton is just off the map here. See if I can put that on the map for you guys. And that gives you an idea of what's happening, how this storm cluster is stretching from all the way from Clarksburg all the way up to Frederick. So there you go. That's quite a cluster of storms there on the map. So putting a little track on that, this is just kind of a crude track, but the idea is that if you live in Mount Airy, you're getting hit now, another batch of rain moving through the Frederick area as we speak. There may be more development behind it. Let me move this out of the way so you can see Frederick. None of this is severe, though, so that's great news for those who are tracking these storms with us. No severe weather thus far this evening, so that is great news. We expected the risk of severe weather to be marginal, if you will, and that is the lowest of 5 risk categories from the Storm Prediction Center. And so far, that has played out exactly the way we had expected it. So that is great. The risk was there. It's low, but it's there, and we still have some time. If we do get some severe weather, of course, the WUSA 9 app will alert you to that severe threat across your area. So that's one reason to download the app. If you're watching us from the app right now, great. Thanks for downloading the app. If you don't already have the app on your phone, get it now. It's free. And you can also send in pictures to us. My apologies there. I skipped past where I wanted to do here. You can also send photos to us using our Near Me section of the app. Take the picture safely if you can, if you have any hail in your yard, or if you happen to see a rainbow. We had a rainbow in D.C. just earlier, not too long ago. This track, I want to get back to this storm cell just because it's quite the cell. Small hail and likely 40, 50 mile per hour wind gusts with this storm here. Upper Marlboro and up towards that interchange there at 495 and up to Route 50, so right there. Okay, so this section here, downpours galore, and this is all sliding north and east. The very end of this track I've put on here, Bowie's back on this map again, right up out here. So again, Bowie in the next few minutes, More downpours headed your way. Collington, which is out into Anne Arundel County, Crofton area. So again, those areas north and east, the northeastern quarter now of Prince George's County. Prince George's County here, the border's right about here. You can see getting into Anne Arundel County, this area will get some downpours. But again, Bowie right about here. So more rain headed your way. And again, thunderstorm, pretty hefty one over Upper Marlboro, just clearing the Joint Base Andrews area. And then you can see that storm there I was telling you about here, getting in towards the city of Fairfax, stretching up towards the Lorton area as well. This area north and east of Fairfax up towards Vienna and Tyson's Corner. And then still watching this cluster of cells here, Gaithersburg, Germantown, Clarksburg. This will continue for another 5-10 minutes or so. Then it should clear off to the north and east as the cold front continues to move through. Frederick, you can see you got a downpour now. Again, a few more minutes, let's say 5-10 minutes, and then that should exit off to the north and east. And again, as we go through the futurecast here, it kind of shoves everything off to the north and east by 8:30. So the severe threat will be done pretty much by 8:30. And then as we head towards 9-10 o'clock, things will quiet down, looking pretty peaceful there. 10:30, we're done. So that's about it. If you do get any severe weather here next few hours, again, the next hour I'd say, and then the threat goes away. Hail and wind threats. So that's it for this live stream. Meteorologist Chester Lampkin. Make sure you download our WUSA9 app. Give us a follow on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. I'm on all those platforms as well. And I'm going to be live tweeting these storms through the evening here. So keep an eye on my Twitter feed. And thank you for joining us on this live stream.